Gregor Mendel thought that all the traits follow his rules of heredity. So, was that the case? Let's find out. As mentioned in the intro, Gregor Mendel thought that all of the traits follow his rules of inheritance, but that was proven wrong later because Gregor Mendel found that there are few different cases where his rule aren't applied. One of these rules was the incomplete dominance case. So in the incomplete dominance case, you have two alleles that when they are mixed together and when they are both present together, they start to form a phenotype, and that phenotype has let's say an intermediate formation of these two alleles when they are together. So in the first generation, if you have a mating, let us say between, here in that example, between a red 4 o'clock Japanese flower and white 4 o'clock Japanese flower, and both of them are dominant, okay? The red and the white, both of them, they are dominant. When we made these two together, we have a 100% pink in the first generation. So that is a mix, okay? The pink is an intermediate case between both the red and the white. So forming that and having the pink, it can give seemingly a kind of understanding when we mix these two traits, we will get that pink. So what will happen if we mix that two pink together, okay, and what we'll have? Now, surprisingly, you will find out that you will have a ratio, a phenotypic and the genotypic ratio of 1:2:1. 1 red, 2 pink, and 1 white. Okay, if we go with the normal Punnett square, okay, we will find out an R capital for the red. So let us write it here for the red, and we will give the white a green color, okay? So this is a white. And when we have the red and the white, we will have 100% pink color. Okay, and having a 100% pink color, when we have that R capital, W capital, mating with another pink color, R capital, W capital, remember that these two traits are dominant and they produced an intermediate phenotype, and they have that intermediate phenotype mix it together. Now you will have a 1, which is red when you mix an R capital with an R capital, and R capital, W capital, which is pink, and also an R capital and W capital, which is pink. Now you have 2, and you have 1 white, which is W capital, and that phenotype and that ratio is both. Okay, so that ratio is both phenotypic, and genotypic ratio. Okay, you have a 1:2:1 in both the phenotype and the genotype. The next case was the codominance. Okay, now in the codominance, the two allele may be simultaneously expressed when they are both present, and well, none of them will affect the other if there are two alleles together. So this is somehow like coexisting together, okay? The two alleles, they know how to coexist together, and everyone will show the trait. And that the case happened with some chicken with black fur and black feathers and white feathers. As you can see over here now, these chicken, they have both colors, the black color and the white color for their feathers at the same time. So as you can see over here, this is a coexistence together, okay? These two alleles, they coexist together, and they have a mix and match of, well, how these alleles can go together. The next case, which was surprisingly found in our blood cells, which is the multiple allele. Now, there is more than two allelic form of gene, and we refer to that situation as a multiple allele. We have four blood groups in our body. We have A, B, AB, and O. And this is determined by the presence of such a specific antigen and antibodies over the red blood cell surface. And these four different blood type are determined by three alleles. You have the A, the B, and the O. And the O, by the way, refers to zero, where there is no A and no B. A and B, they are co-dominant with each other, so they can coexist together, and they are often write as IA and IB, and I stand for immunoglobulin. And both the A and B, they have, let's say, a dominance over the O, because O is a recessive trait, okay? And it often written as I, immunoglobulin only, okay? So both A and B, they can coexist together, and the A normally and the B normally, they will be dominant over the O. So like this, you can have, as you can see over here, six phenotypics, okay, six genotypics, okay, which is a homozygous A, hybrid A, homozygous B, hybrid B, heterozygous A and B, and homozygous O. And these are a six blood genotype, okay, with only four phenotype, because you have someone who has a blood group, and you go and ask him what is your blood group, and he will say it's an A, or it's B, it's an AB, or it's an O. So you have four phenotype. But if you started to dig a little deeper and you start to investigate a little bit more to understand if this person is a homozygous or a hybrid, now you will find that you will have a six blood group genotype, and then you can determine whether if that person is homozygous or pure, or this person is a hybrid. Now, the next part, and that is the last part of our session today, which is the lethal genes. Okay, some alleles, when they are present in their pure form, they can become lethal and lead to the death of the organism. And that is found in so many cases, but the most and the easiest case we'll talk about today is the yellow color in mouse, okay, and in mice. Now, the yellow color in mice is lethal and cause death, okay, upon the presence. And in order for a mouse to die, it must have a pure copy for that lethal gene to kill it in womb, okay? So, as you can see over here, now I have two yellow hybrid mouse, okay? Now, these two yellow hybrid mouses will have two yellow hybrid mouses. Both they will survive because they don't have the yellow mouth, which will die, and they don't have the allele in the pure form, so they won't die like the one here at the beginning, because that one in the beginning, it had the both pure form of the trait. Now you will have also gray mice, okay, or a gray mouse, and that gray mouse, it has let's say recessive allele. Okay, so the two yellow hybrid mouse will survive, and the other gray mouse will survive. But the yellow mice, which have a pure form of the allele, they will die. Why? Because they have that lethal form of gene, and that will kill it. I hope you enjoyed our episode today, and I hope to see you later down the road. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends, and see you later in more episodes from Biology with Arseni. Goodbye.